Namaskar. Welcome to CTS Block 2, Unit 7, Part 1. According to Wikipedia, a mountain guide is a specially trained and experienced professional mountaineer who is certified by local authorities or mountain guide associations. They are considered to be high-level experts in mountaineering and are hired to instruct or lead individuals or small groups who require this advanced expertise. This professional class of guides arose in the middle of the 19th century when alpine climbing became recognized as a sport. There are few basic minimum standards for mountaineering. Let us first begin with the introduction. Mountaineering is an activity for which Indian Mountaineering Foundation IMF, through powers vested it by the Government of India, looks after mountaineering and allied sports in India. All tour operators must keep abreast of the guidelines given by IMF from time to time. These basic minimum standards will apply specifically to commercial expeditions attempting 6,000 meters or other comparable peaks. The guides or the instructors. Lead guides and instructors who are leading mountaineering activities should as minimum hold valid certificates for the following. A minimum 16 hours or 2-day first aid course provided by a recognized and qualified provider. B. The advanced mountaineering course and preferably also method of instruction and search and rescue from any of the national mountaineering institutes and carry a certificate duly authenticated by an IMF recognized body or MOT accredited tour operator stating that the individual has experience of 3 years in assisting mountaineering expeditions at altitudes of 6,000 meters and above and is independently capable of guiding mountaineering groups and carrying out rescue operations. C. Maintain a logbook containing authenticated records of mountaineering experience and the equipments. The mountain guide's obligation to client is not only to guide them safely through the mountains. Before the tour start, he or she gives personal advice to the client and supports him or her in selecting the right tour. Mountain guides have a basic education in geology, fauna and flora and know the mountains and their history. Consequently, a mountain tour becomes a life experience for the client. The guide does not only lead the way but is also coach providing advice and motivation. He or she helps ambitious clients to improve technically and physically. Often the mountain guide accompanies his or her client for many years all over the world. This is the basis of friendships that lasts for a lifetime. Safety is an important issue in the mountaineering. Humans are looking for recreation and adventure in the mountains. In mountaineering, as in the life, there is a certain residual risk that cannot be eliminated. Mountain guides are professionally trained to reduce this residual risk. Their high-quality education is focused on safety and their ample experience helps the mountain guide make the right decisions in difficult situations. Primarily, there are 4 types of mountaineering courses. Basic Mountaineering Course BMC, Advanced Mountaineering Course AMC, Search and Rescue SAR and method of instruction MOI. BMC and AMC are normally for duration of 28 days, while SAR and MOI could vary from 15 to 21 days. To undergo the AMC, you need an A grade certificate in BMC and A grade in AMC for the other two. Here is the link. Now BMC, as the name suggests, offers basic orientation and skills in rock craft, ice craft, rope work, mountaineering awareness, expedition planning, outdoor survival, campcraft, wilderness, navigation, exposure to glaciers and high Himalayan ranges, and a real climb to a high point or a peak. Emergency procedures are an essential part of BMC. The first few days are spent in theoretical classes, after which the trainees are taken to a glacier for the rest of the course. The course is physically and mentally challenging, and you must be fit before you go for the course. The age limit is from 18 to 35, though age relaxation may be given for special cases. AMC, that is Advanced Mountaineering Course, more practical oriented and imparts advanced techniques of climbing with greater emphasis on expedition planning and execution, emergencies, peak climbing, team building, leadership qualities, so that you can acquire the skills and confidence to organize and undertake challenging expeditions on your own. Try to complete your AMC as soon as after BMC, which will make it easier for you. For most enthusiasts, I will not advise to go any further in terms of course. Now you must start climbing and venturing into the wilderness as much as you can, since mere training is of little use without application. The age limit is 18 to 40 years. Next is SAR. For those of you who are more serious about mountaineering and hope to lead major expedition, SAR is invaluable as it teaches you all the emergencies and rescue procedures, evacuation systems, saving lives in extreme situations. SAR is mostly about being self-reliant and developing your confidence to undertake rescue operations. MOI. MOI teaches you more about how to impart training to others and is important for those of you who wish to become climbing or outdoor instructors either in school or adventure industry. Besides imparting outdoor skills, these courses are an excellent tool for self-confidence and character building and should be done by everyone who wants to test their limits. India has 4 premier institutes offering mountaineering courses. They are Nehru Institute of Mountaineering, Uttarkashi, NIM, Himalayan Mountaineering Institute, HMI, Darjeeling, Atal Bihari Vajpayee Institute of Mountaineering and Allied Sports, Manali, and Jawahar Institutes of Mountaineering, Pahalgaon. Besides these 4, there is the Sonam Gasto Mountaineering Institute in Gangtok and Indian Institute of Skiing and Mountaineering in Gulmarg, and recently launched National Institute of Mountaineering and Allied Sports in Dirang, Arunachal Pradesh. These two offer similar courses with different durations in their respective regions. All the expeditions, high altitude tracks, climbing, etc. in the region are governed by an apex body headquartered in New Delhi called Indian Mountaineering Foundation or the IMF. All the mountaineering institutes in India are affiliated to IMF. Anyone can enroll in any of the courses. You need to see your eligibility first, provided by these institutes to equip themselves with proper and responsible mountaineering ethics and knowledge. Seats are always served on first come first serve basis. So be quick in your application. Here are some mountaineering schools to consider. Again, first one is Nehru Institute of Mountaineering, Uttarkashi, Uttarakhand. It is set up in 1965 and it is rated as the most prominent mountaineering institute in Asia. It provides various courses like Adventure Course, Basic Mountaineering Course, Advanced Mountaineering Course, Search and Rescue Course, SAR, and the only institute in India providing this course, Methods of Instruction Course, etc. They started skiing course in 2014 based on snow condition. Tekla Rock Climbing Training Area is regarded as one of the best in India. One has to apply a year in advance for the next year's course as the seats get full very early. The second one is Himalayan Mountaineering Institute, Darjeeling, West Bengal. This institute was set up in 1954 and is located at a very picturesque location offering the morning view of Mount Kanchenjunga, where the first sun rays fall on its peak, giving it a golden tinge. The training takes students to West Sikkim to Kanchenjunga National Park, another added bonus. It is known for its hard tracks and heavy rucksack loads. It provides adventure courses, basic mountaineering courses, advanced mountaineering courses, methods of instruction course, and special courses like sports climbing, rock climbing, etc. The next one is Atal Bihari Vajpayee Institute of Mountaineering and Allied Sports, Manali, Himachal Pradesh. It is the largest adventure sports training center in India today. Set up in 1961, it offers adventure courses across the state. One can undertake a basic mountaineering course, adventure course, snow skiing, water course, etc. The fourth is Jawahar Institute of Mountaineering and Winter Sports, Pahalgam, Jammu and Kashmir. This institute was set up in 1983, Jammu and Kashmir, headquarters in Pahalgam. Its various sub-centers are at Nalthi, Bhaderwa, Sanasar, Patnitop, Sheh in Leh and Gulmarg. It provides basic and advanced mountaineering courses. The method of instructions, basic skiing courses, intermediate skiing courses, advanced skiing courses, basic paragliding, etc. The next institute is National Institute of Mountaineering and Allied Sports, Dirang, Arunachal Pradesh. Established in 2013, it is the first national institute authorized to conduct land, aero and aqua courses. The team of instructors are trained from High Altitude Warfare School, Siachen. Its first mountaineering course was conducted from August 26 to September 30, 2013. The next is Indian Institute of Skiing and Mountaineering, Gulmarg, Jammu and Kashmir. IISM was set up in 1969 with the main focus on snow skiing. It does provide mountaineering courses which are not as good as other institutes. It also provides courses such as water skiing, parasailing, paragliding, adventure courses, etc. Seventh is Pandit Nain Singh Surveyor Mountaineering Training Institute, Munisiari, Uttarakhand. It is a newly established mountaineering institute situated at an altitude of 2200 meters in Munisiari, that is located in Pithoragarh district of Uttarakhand. PNSMTI is the second premier mountaineering institute of Uttarakhand after Nehru Institute of Mountaineering, Uttarkashi. The institute is named after the great surveyor Pandit Nain Singh Rawat, who played a major role in the Great Trigonometrical Survey (GTS) in mid-19th century. The next is Sonam Gyasto Mountaineering Institute, Gangtok, Shimla. Set up in 1963, SGMI is headquartered in Gangtok, Sikkim. A new complex was inaugurated in December 2009. SGMI trains participants from armed forces only. The ninth one is High Altitude Warfare School, Gulmarg, Jammu and Kashmir. It is a training and research establishment of Indian Army set up in 1948. Only armed forces personnel can participate in the courses at this institute. It is very important to become a mountain guide by understanding the standard operating procedures. You can not always look into your instinct in the mountains and follow that. You need to follow the standard operations procedures or the operating instructors or the instructions given to you or taught to you in these schools. To become an expert mountain guide, you need to remember these SOPs. So we will discuss here few SOPs and operating instructions to become an expert mountain guide. All mountaineering tour operators must maintain and update a standard operating procedure for the operations and get the same vetted from the IMF from time to time. Besides covering the methodologies that are adopted by the agency in organizing the expedition, such as assessing of members' qualification, medical condition and experience, procedures for obtaining of various permissions, travel to mountain, maintenance of base camp including hygiene, avoidance of high altitude sickness, safety precautions, communications, weather reports, procedure for emergencies, casualty, evacuation, incident and accident reporting, feedback mechanism. The following must be included in the SOPs. The first one is the guiding and the porter staff on the mountain and the material supplied must be adequate for the aims of the party and stated level of service offered. B. An experienced doctor in the party is desirable, but at the very least advantage arrangements must be known for medical help. Advance arrangements must also be made for evacuation assistance in case of emergency. C. Advertising must give a true picture of all the difficulties and dangers involved and avoid promising the impossible. If an expedition is commercially launched by an operator, then the biographical information about the guiding team should be included. D. The client must truthfully reveal his experience supported by documentation, photographs, medical history, etc. to the organizer so that the organizer can make an informed choice about the potential client. E. Information supplied in advance will include a clear statement of the guiding, portrayage and equipment which will be supplied by the organizer, together with details of the clothing and equipment to be supplied by the client. This is not in context of the operators assisting expeditions with logistics alone. In case the expedition is organized by an overseas adventure tour operator, then the essentials to become a professional guide. If you talk about the documentation, the tour operator must maintain at the minimum the following documents: details of all guides and instructors including copies of certifications, record of expeditions, experience and feedback from clients. B. Copies of all permits and permissions of current expeditions. C. Copies of identification documents, insurance cover and details of next of kin for all participants, guides and instructors. D. Copy of SOP. E. Current list of emergency contact numbers. F. Copy of insurance document of the client with Indian contact in case of emergency. Risk mitigation. In order to mitigate the risk of high altitude, the following is advised: to get participants medically examined before starting on the journey, to ensure that at least one or two members of the expedition have experience of high altitude climbing. To provide wireless sets or take on hire from IMF for communication between camps on the mountain and the base camp. To bring radio receiving sets in case weather forecasts by All India Radio are required to be arranged by IMF. To ensure that environment safeguards are implemented in their program so that the area and peak visited by them suffers no damage and is left clean for subsequent expeditions. Emergencies and rescues. In addition, adequate first aid medical equipment must be available on site. Evacuation routes must be identified and known to participants, guides and instructors. A detailed and documented evacuation or emergency procedure must be available at the base camp along with closest available emergency services which can be called upon as required. Porters. Lowest paid of the lot. Make about 5k to 15k a month. All you require is a muscle endurance and no mountaineering skill or academic qualification required. The other ones are the track guides with basic mountaineering skills and knowledge of local landscapes and trails makes about 1000 to 1500 Indian rupees a day. With basic mountaineering skills, knowledge of local landscapes and trails and decent communication skills, spoken English helps, makes about 2000 to 2500 Indian rupees a day. These are seasonal earnings of the porters and the guides. Very few organizations keep people on permanent payrolls. For those who are fortunate enough would earn between 15,000 to 40,000 a month depending upon skill set, experience and luck. The climbing guides, this occupation is slowly fading as alpinism is picking up and also the erstwhile guides have found better paying employments in their local towns and villages. The ones that are in business earn strictly due to their reputations, skills and experience. Expect between 3,000 to 5,000 Indian rupees a day for Indian climbing guides, as there aren't many technical ones around. The other possibility is climbing agency owners. Most people with aspiration, apart from solely climbing in expectation of a better remuneration, end up setting up their own climbing or guiding business. Those that run fairly well can make between 5 to 15 lakhs per annum. It's an average. This again depends upon the skills of the guiding, climbing team you employ as well as your own business prowess to run the establishment. The next category we have is the government sponsored climbers. Few, but this too deserves a mention. Most of these posts are reserved for the Everesters or people from within the forces or departments that showcase some exemplary skill in the sport or people with good connections and outreach make to this post. Take homes are quite variable depending upon your rank and department. 15k to 16k generally. Next is sponsored athletes. These are so few that can be literally counted on fingertips. Their careers as sponsored athletes rest upon their PR skills and collaterals that they can offer. For instance, content being one major collateral or workshop for corporate clients. However, this is highly unstable route in the Indian context, as people with genuine skill in the domain are still lacking the sensibility and awareness of the corporates or the public is still not quite there when it comes to this particular sport. Without many viable paying careers in sight, I personally feel that innovators in this domain take in the money. One has to innovate in order to survive with decent standard of living and pursue this one of a kind life choice alongside. For instance, novel business ideas such as technical gear manufacturing in India may be the answer to decent survival for their respective owners. To become a good mountaineer, to become an expert, it requires lots of endurance, passion, motivation, innovation, and a zest to do it. It is a very personal journey to become a mountaineering or a mountaineer, to be in the mountains all the time. It is a continuous process to achieve the excellent and satisfy your customers every time, knowing the unknown risks attached in this business. Here I am giving you few examples of a mountaineering and his thoughts to become and views to become an expert mountaineer. Let's read out what's his or her style are. Figuring out her style. I had second thoughts about guiding in the early 1990s. I just burned out. I worked as a carpenter for a year, but being away from guiding made me realize how much I loved teaching clients. I started getting into technical mountaineering trips. Since that, I have never looked back. Hard truths about guiding. You shouldn't become a guide if you are just looking for a career that allows you to ski and climb full time. Guiding means providing a safe, rewarding experience of your clients. So you have got to enjoy interacting with new people. Really, I am a teacher. How to gain experience. Most guides I know work for companies, so they don't have to worry about attracting clients or getting public land permits and insurance. In the United States and other countries, independent guides have a tough time with those three things, especially the beginning. Start at a company and gain skills, connections, and a reputation that will allow you to branch out. At that point, if you want to go to solo, you can secure permits and insurance through the Certified Guide Cooperative and market yourself online. Even the international guides work for other companies or go abroad to Europe or Canada where there are fewer restrictions on land permits. Being and staying the best. You will need a solid background in the type of guiding you are pursuing, and the consequences are huge. If you don't stay up to date, technology is starting to change quickly in this field. So, you have got to embrace the new tools in GPS navigation and emergency response. If you want to guide on snow, stay on top of your weather forecasting skills. Being an AMGA instructor keeps me sharp, but I also go to clinics and workshops plus read lots of scientific reports. Turning hurdles into learning opportunities. Guiding is not constant bliss. Don't look at the hurdles as setback. Think of them as opportunities to grow your skill set. For example, when I decided I wanted to be an avalanche forecaster, I had to take a course and train. My only true hurdle has been physical as a small woman. I have to work doubly hard to stay super strong. No boring days. Guiding will never be 9 to 5 and Monday through Friday, but that's why it's exciting. I guide 5 or so days each week in the winter, plus get up at 4:30 am to forecast avalanche condition at Telluride Helithrex. When the snow melts, I started getting ready for rock climbing season. Daily ritual. Morning espresso, checking the weather, and the 20 minutes of calisthenics before I meet up with my clients. Get up early. You will always need to tinker with your pack before heading out in the morning. Workspace setup. I have a super organized gear shed. That's pretty mandatory. I also have a home gym for high impact workouts and trip preparations. Favorite mountain gear? That's a hard call for a guide. I have got to say footwear. It's so important to have the right boots for the job. I have shoes for the trail running, rock climbing, ski mountaineering, alpine climbing, trekking. You cannot imagine how many pairs I own. Work-life balance. Get in the I'm going to work for 2 weeks, then have me time for 2 weeks. Mind frame. Family life is the key. So find a partner who supports your rocky lifestyle. Finding time for exploration. I play my schedule way in advance. This summer, I'm taking clients to chill for heli skiing. After I finish guiding them, I'll stay and do the climbs that interest me. There are lots of little opportunities like that. The future of guiding. I think the field will continue to grow. 10 or so years ago, people started realizing how important professional leadership in the mountains. When I started, guides worked seasonally. Now there are lots of year-round positions. Plus, clients are willing to pay more. So it's possible for guides to live comfortably. But I think most guides will continue to work for companies. It won't be like Europe, where clients often hire certified freelance mountaineers. In the end, I would just like to say that this is just an example of a mountaineer, a lady mountaineer in US, sharing his examples and giving you tips and tricks to become an expert mountain guide. By this, we have come to the end of this video, how to become a mountain expert. Hope you have found this video useful and information pertaining to the present day scenario. Thank you for watching this video.